Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dema Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, August 21st, 2024. Coming to you guys from New Jersey, back home for a little bit. I started my day at 4 o'clock in the morning today to try to get to the airport. So I was kind of just beat up from that. I didn't really see any big moves to be made it just as far as trades without putting on a lot of risk because we were getting whipsawed up and down today and had a bias to the long side with it, but it was there just wasn't, once we started to see momentum starting to go up, then all of a sudden it was getting pulled out. Then we had the Fed minutes coming. So today it was an up day for the bulls, but it was, not eventful, probably the best way to put it. It was just a lot of whipsaw. So let's take a look. Hourly chart, my preferred pattern is still. I do not believe that this is the wave four right here. So even if we come up, I'm still looking at this as some type of wave three. So once it tops, this is what I'm anticipating: down, up, it test or break the 5668 level. Now if that happens, that means that we are in our wave 5 right now, and if it gets held down here, then it could be a failed fifth or a double top. So it's a little dangerous, especially when you're seeing these divergences in place where you can see even with the RSI is diverging from price, but it's doing it at extreme overbought levels. You can see with the red line here, this means is that exchange. That doesn't mean it's a short or a long. You just basically sometimes get defensive when it's up at these levels because price can reverse very quickly. So we have a divergence here at extreme overbought levels. We also have price oscillator, but here you can see, we've been in a Arun buy signal since this candle right here. That's 52.87. That has not changed. You can see even the trend indicator never even went into the purple. We've always, we were just doing the blue and the gray on it. So the primary trend that we're looking at is up. And if it's, once we finish that and we come down, that's where we should see one of these come up. So we haven't seen it yet. So that's why I'm looking at this as a one, two, three. Once we start seeing the sell signal, that will be there. And then we try to look for what support is going to do. Is it going to hold? If it is, then we could look to buy it and look for that last leg up. But we want to wait for the trend to turn bullish again. So the 15-minute chart, where you can see we kind of had some we had a first sell signal here, so that's kind of telling me that this is like a smaller wave 5 up on it where we came down 4 or 5. So it kind of this made sense where it held right here, and we came up. So right now a lot of it's going to depend on how we open tomorrow, but I'm I'd be very, very cautious on the long side right now unless you're willing to build a position and accept that you may be underwater for a little bit. It's just there's a lot that can happen in a very short period of time, as we've seen in this market. So we want to we want to make sure that we're on the right side of these things. I haven't really seen any really good setups, so we've just been kind of watching right now, but that's going to change. As I said, the timing model is looking for some type of top to hit next week. So again, if they're going to make this wave four down, they're going to have to start it pretty quickly. So we could see a down day tomorrow, and see it may not even get all the way down to the 23% retracement. This would just be a perfect setup. But if we came down and then we're looking up, this is going to be a tradable long shot trade, but we're gonna take it off the table if this does come out like this. As soon as we're right here, because what we want to do is be positioning this move right here on the short side. Because once that completes, and if it goes as I'm thinking, then the wave 5 is done, and again now we're looking at that deeper pullback. So As far as just patterns and wave structures, divergences, I'm seeing a lot of risk out there for the Bulls. And every time they just ignore things, and oh, you're fighting the trend, and then we see the S&P down 400 points, and they're crying like babies on it. The Fed has to start cutting. So it's just a vicious cycle that's been going round and around. So again, the real to wrap this up pretty quick, because I know my videos have been kind of long. Down up is the preferred pattern. That's once this wave three completes. Once this comes here, then we're looking at the completion of the wave five and a larger move down. Now we could come and we can get that that move down and then come up and just hit, if this resistance holds right here, then we would it could be looked at as a failed fifth or a double top. But again, it's not really bearish. You just have to wait for a signal on that. But I like it if we can come up here, get up to there. I think that will be a better opportunity. So if the Bulls, if they can get it through, really, this is the resistance area right around here. This is the where we saw the breakdown candle here. Once we got up into towards the top of it, we saw it's sellers coming in. So if the bulls can get above this level, then again, I'm looking for the move to come up and test or break the all-time highs, which is not all that far above from where we are. And the bears, they're going to have to get it through this the 5603. If they do, the next support is coming in at the 5592, but that's price support. But again, I would be thinking that we're starting this wave five, wave four down, and my pivot that I would be looking at would be right around this 5537, and possibly you just bring this down a little bit more and just say, okay, right here, because you can see we had price that broke through it, using it as support. So this line right here is important, and it's right at the 5528. So seeing a 100-point drop, and again, it will probably be done in a day or two. It's just that's the way the bulls will run. But if it happens like that, and like I said, this support holds, I think it's going to be a good buying opportunity. But we wanted, I wouldn't mind participating on the downside once the setup is in place. But right now, you can see we have massive bearish divergences in place. If this support level gets taken out, that's when we expect the move to come down to the 5529. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk.